A grand final with Fortitude is nothing groundbreaking. His challenger, not happy, not labby. It's colorful. Colorful playing extraordinarily well. How good is he versus human? We haven't seen that. We also haven't seen Fortitude in this matchup versus Night Elf. It just didn't cross path. But in this matchup, all stats are more or less 50-50. It comes down to the shape of the day. Who's better prepared? Who used the 2.5 hours better between semi-final and grand final? Both heroes need a bit of setup. Both find their first big power spike on level 3, while the Mountain King is still a threat throughout the early game with Stormbolt surrounds. You always got a distance from that. Warden, it's mandatory to get level 3. Before that, kinda useless. No harass just yet. The question is, of course, do you want to all in against the human expansion, or do you want to counter expand? And where's the game going from there? The Warden gets a Wand of Mana stealing. With these two mana dependent heroes, I'd say that is a nice find. Mountain King can also be happy about the pendant. It's a long journey, of course. Who still has plays in his arsenal that surprises the other? And how do you get the Warden to the necessary levels? Expo before an Arcane Tower. Probably a Site of Relief. Snow Torrent, thank you for the 40 month. Probably a Site of Relief for Colorful to not be exposed to a Dark Ranger. Like Infi did to life 6 times.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the Warden is here. No Shadow Strike. It is Fan of Knives. This will lead to kills. It's not preventable. The question is, what's the trade? Tech timing can't be delayed anymore. Tech is running for a while. Expansion timing is a bit delayed, but that is not the end of the world as we know. But yeah, okay, he can't finish. Do you want to blast through all the mana? Apparently the answer is yes. In the meantime, 40, okay. I'm not necessarily interested in defending. I will force you back. You know these precious Moonwells that you have? Yeah, it would be a shame if those go down and all your Moonwell juice is gone and you have to invest 180 gold again. About the gold, I'm fine, dude. I'm still getting more than you. Nobody is willing to defend, apparently, as the archers are moving towards the other side as well. No surface area for the next Fan of Knives. Ruthless aggression. Colorful losing the second Moonwell. This all is a bit problematic because there is no Hunter's Hall yet. It's not even much delayed though. That's nice. But no lores yet. But also here, no mining yet. Have we just decided to not fight each other, but to speedrun base race? It surely looks like it. Colorful can't get a second hero, which he doesn't really need at the moment. And this is his win condition, kind of. Get an expo up, steady income, with militia calls over time. That should be fine, especially when the Warden is running out of mana. Signalizing the Wand of Mana stealing, if you expose the Mountain King to the Warden, that's just giving her or her more mana. And the next Moonwell is falling. Is this just the game? Colorful has 1 Moonwell left, gets the lures up proxy, and rebuilds to the sides. What the hell is going on in this grand final? Now he finds the outskirts of the base. And it's not gonna be easy to keep these up. Big damage done. Warden level 3 has another Fan of Knives at the ready. This is more murder. We got 15 workers left though. And another Moonwell down. This is ridiculous. Warden doesn't have mana. She could move to the Ogre, steal mana there, and come in back with another Fan of Knives. We have a TP, but if you TP now, isn't the Mountain King just gonna snipe you? because he knows you have no Moonwells here. Oh man. Crucial, crucial, crucial damage. The lore might finish. But what's the outcome? I don't think there's gonna be an outcome. He can't produce. Can you save a Wisp somewhere? Do you have resources? Wisp has been saved. I'm baffled. And you know what? Both are stubborn, of course. But I see why they're doing this.
A player's forces are under
Both
attack.
convinced that this is the way. 40 would have resources to tech now. Colorful can't hide the Moonwells though. We go for the income. We go straight for the income and we try to AP push now. Oh, that might be one of the very, very few wisps that you will have left. Free repair here, of course. Free in terms of he's sacrificing his wisps for it.
Are under attack.
Warden gets a potion. Will get Storm Bolted to the face, but only Storm Bolt 1. Fan of Knives before. You don't want to surround next to a tree, I'd guess. And this is a hold. And I guess we play the game from there. But with this being a hold, 40's expansion also stays up. And he's the one teching and he's the one catching up. Because Colorful, he has to rebuild everything. Every single Moonwell. Every single lore. And there's no tech. He is rich though. Colorful liked it here. Wants to spend more time at 40's expansion. Oh, is the Mountain King... He's still regening. No, he's not. Looks... It almost looked like he's stuck there, but it isn't. No, the Expo isn't down. The Expo is there. Expo is fine. We can go up to resaturate the base. A Warden has won many games that we seemed unsalvageable. It's certainly gonna be a unique game.
Under siege.
But the footmen are here. And it seems like it's gonna be tough finding a way out. One last purchase before the shop goes down. If the Warden escalates crazy, is there a chance? The tech advantage has been negated. Mountain King level 3 as well. Yeah, I guess Colorful is trying to find levels via footman kills and open up the map a little bit again. But it's not looking great, man. It's not looking great. Huntress are coming in now as he finally is able to produce stuff again. But Alchemist is coming. That's the hard counter. A level 1 healing spell against a level 2 damage spell, and the healing spell prevails. Okay, that was a quickie. Fortitude with the better decision, Fortitude with more kills, and Colorful couldn't break through. But it's a long series. You can try some shenanigans, I would say. Mr. Apeman, it is a big pleasure.
It's a big final. Game number 1, Dark Ranger, Warden versus MK. Mr. Fortitude is a beast in this matchup. Let me tell you one thing. I saw that he was practicing with Medusa the Gamer before, so he's warm up, he's ready, and I see the next game is already on. It's going to be Twisted Meadows. Mr. Neo, tell me when to click.
Alrighty, so we make a countdown on 3, 2, 1.
I'm very surprised how good Colorful did versus Undead, but Fortitude is a human player, and I don't know if Colorful is ready for it. So far, we have a big action at the Mare camp. There is one scouting footman there, but the Forest Troll Shadow Priest is in the hands of the Night Elf player, and this is just a decoy. This footman is just confirming, and in the same time, Fortitude is creeping expansion that is very nearby. This game is going to heat up quickly.
Nice to see, nice to see. No Mountain King this time, switches back to Archmage with Water Elementals. No Mountain King Tower Rush with that, where I'm very, very glad about too. Claws +8, amazing items. And Colorful now has to make a decision. Does he want to push or does he want to counter expand and tech?
Creeping Mercam provides level 2, so you have Blink in the worst situation, but Warden is definitely not happy about her items. Crawl of the Beast is an instant sell, that's the worst possible outcome, but still, regardless, it's very important to keep eye on the human army. You are chasing one worker, that's very good, level 2 is here. Are we going to the main base? Are we going to the expansion? Show me, Colorful.
Oh, looks like he wants the expo when there is no real expo yet. Footman trying to block, but no chance. Spin to win. And she kind of blocks himself in there, but as you said, with Blink, easy to get away. Instead of the mass murder she usually commits, picks up workers one after the next. 40 with the block and the deny. He's taking no prisoners here today. He's here to play.
In the meantime, he look at his Archmage position is away from the expansion. Fortitude is doing Fortitude things with a +8. He wants to pressure this poor Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and he can outtrade him quite well. Even though the unit is on full mana, he has only 240 HP. So run, Shadow Priest, Troll run. In the meantime, as you can see, this Warden would love to use some consumable item that actually can use, but can't really. Double detonation, but this Forest Troll Shadow Priest is going to die near.
Yeah, I don't think you want to use more Moonwells when the Warden is this low on HP and mana, but still heals himself. That's a nice little feature you got. But yeah, Warden...
Yeah, that's surprising he took resources from Warden.
Yeah.
I would be after this Warden. Like, guys, I left my base for 1 minute. I'm coming back and you ate everything? How dare you? I need to wake up tomorrow. I have Expo to cancel.
Exactly. That's the job. But it's a long night time, so maybe some time for the Shadow Priest to make up for it. Colorful, one Wisp is idling. That's hopefully not resulting in lumber starvation. So far, Fortitude with a brilliant game. Seems like his game plan is perfectly working out. Expo up without many losses.
Yes, but I like, you know, the Night Elf army. As you can see, Colorful is investing into all of the mercs, like all of them. He already has 3 trolls, and Warden needs experience. We need to get to level 3 quickly. There is Shadow Fan of Knives is skilled, so he can't really chase. Foot is 1 by 1, but of course a good ability when Warden is on level 3 already. And look at the Archmage position. Forest Troll Berserker is in trouble. But what Elemental is going down? Deny. Very important deny. We need to keep Warden level 2 as long as possible. And what is happening here?
Yeah, what is happening is that the Moonwells are completely drained and we're halfway through nighttime. I think you can't touch these Moonwells anymore, otherwise you'll be starved for like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And how do you want to deal a lot of damage when you don't have a lot of mana?
That's a very good question. Colorful is stabilizing, right? Yes, the Moonwells are empty, but Warden is 1 kill away from getting level 3. And the Tree of Ages can help a little bit. Can we get one more Footman? Fortitude is thinking about denying this, that's for sure. He's running to the Rock Golem, and can he do it? Not really. And you know, I never seen counter expansion by Night Elf in that position. Look at the bottom right, close to the Goblin Laboratory. This is so remote.
Yeah, Colorful, you can't extract gold from the goblins. You gotta walk all the way back, but he knows that 40 scouting is tremendous. He's got his eyes everywhere except on that Wisp when the Warden steps into the base and is causing a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's on Fortitude. He was chilling, he was pressuring, and he forgot to press the Arcane Tower button. With Arcane Tower up, this pressure would be like not existing. This is clear mistake, and the longer it goes like that, the better for Colorful. Remember that human needs a lot of lumber. There is no Shredder just yet, and Warden is chilling.
This is mental. Please nerf elf to the ground.
All right, we
Love you,
got...
Paul. Come back soon.
Gottes Willen. We got a donation text running through. Mamma mia, grande Madonna. We got lots of healing going on as well. And so, colorful... Some restoration done. Warden 3.7. That's quite nice. But yeah, mana will be an issue.
His Nature Blessing is already on. I'm just checking the Expo position. So Expo is like, you know, traveling. So that's not that bad. With Nature Blessing, everything is better. It's like you are watching a boring vlog on YouTube and you have this ×2 button and it's not that bad. So yes, it's going to be counter expansion rather quickly. I like it. Tier 3 is going up for the Night Elf, but Fortitude is getting his beloved Shredder on the top right, and let me tell you, he really needs this Shredder.
Yeah, he needs a Shredder if he wants tanks, which is of course one of his favorite toys. Then you need a lot of lumber for that. Thank you very much, Deviant, for the €5, and Young Fang for another 5 gifties. Much love, much love, much love. Tier 3.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, amazing Warcraft ahead.
Exactly. And in the past couple of days, and in front of us right now, the stage is set for an amazing Twisted Meadows macro game.
I mean, definitely, Twisted Meadows is amazing because it's a big map, right? So after Warden gets level 5 or level 4.5, let's say, you can still level up a second hero, which is Panda usually. And at this moment, Human is a little bit fragile because we are probably going to press tier 3 button, but it's so late. Fortitude still doesn't have enough lumber for tier 3. He will click it right now because, as you mentioned, he wants tanks. He wants like air units, and now it's time for Night Elf to dominate. Ultimate map control for the Night Elf. Fortitude already has his Zeppelin, but mostly for scouting now instead of dropping.
Right on. Yeah, for Fortitude, it's indeed the question. Is it tanks? Is it air? Is it a mix? What's the flight plan for Captain 40? Colorful has one clear goal, and that is level 5 as fast as possible, and then we jump around. I think the creeping pattern looks really, really good. Causes a little distraction, trying to take 40 off the map. Who is scouting with the Zeppelin. And look, he's scouting the position where the tree was built, even though it's that uncommon.
I mean, now he's going to the left, but what is more interesting for me now is how much of a damage, how much damage a Coreful can deal now, because this is his moment, right? There is only one Arcane Tower. He's going for the altar. Killing the altar is not that great. And in the meantime, Fortitude knows about the Expo and he's clicking on the Tree of Life directly.
We do have Nature's Blessing, so this is a bit sturdier. Warden can TP whenever she wants to. Altar would require a rebuild because we really want the Blood Mage, I guess, with this. More workers being harmed here. Roar being used. Colorful is very patient. But is he too patient?
Yeah, this is very important. Don't overdo it. He's teleporting out, so, you know, he forced a lot of towers. At least we have that. And now we have Dryads. Dryads can dispel all of those weeds. Fortitude is trying to be extremely efficient with his Zeppelin, and the Zeppelin is not going down. Projectile was in the air because, guys, you need to keep this Zeppelin alive for later, right? Warden with level 5 can go brrr to those peasants, and the only where you can hide them is in this beautiful Zeppelin.
Exactly. Legit 1 HP. That was as close as it gets. Double workshop. We do have more resources, but so far it's only double workshop. Rebuilding the altar costs a little bit that you usually want to put into army. No panda yet because Warden isn't level 5. And we march across once again without a TP.
Yeah, you mentioned that I'm a degen or something, and yes, you are right, because I'm watching a lot of those games, and let me tell you, Neo, this looks like one-base squeezing technology. I mean, one hero squeezing technology. I have seen it before. So again, guys, human, what is the human army now? 4 footies, that's about it. And I have seen a game where expansion for the Night Elf was basically a decoy. And I think it may be a game like that. I think Colorful can go in. I feel he has no TP. That's exactly that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the base trade.
Alrighty, how effective is it this time? 4 towers up, and the Zeppelin saves the workers for now. Colorful's Expo should be down. Of course, Fortitude has a TP. He can respond. At the moment, he's only losing towers, and that's not the end of the world. I think this trade is going a lot better for Fortitude.
Yeah, but the Night Elf is not going out from this base. How good is the human without castle, Mr. Neo? So that's the idea. Colorful wants to stay here. He owns this base now.
Well,
this is the crucial moment now.
Let's see for how long. This Shredder was supposed to be safe, but isn't. Warden jumping in. The bears can probably not be safe.
Let's go!
Okay, there is a lot of corpses. Avatar summoned. Colorful was super ready for this. Mountain King not really impactful. Look at him melt. If not for this Zeppelin. Berserker falling. Knights is not looking good. Archmage. Who deny on the bear. Insane. And the Spirits of Vengeance taken over.
Yeah, but Colorful is again, this is my castle, I'm the king of the castle. Look at your beautiful castle, Fortitude, you are going to miss it. And there is enough time for Warden to... okay, there are tanks attacking Moonwells, that's interesting, but I think Warden will come back. We'll see about that. Interesting enough, we need to kill the castle, as I've mentioned. Where is the human army? Look at the human army shape, red HP on everything. Fortitude needs to heal very quickly. Huge mass repair on a Moonwell. But this Moonwell will probably go down. Maybe not. The Moonwell survived. But again, Night Elf is on one base. Colorful needs to kill the castle, but maybe he has enough time. Paladin is almost on the battlefield. How is the mana on the Warden? Looking sweet. And there is a new mana potion. Warden is coming back to finish what Colorful started.
Wow, this is an impressive game by Colorful once again, striking back after the defeat of map 1, where the trades didn't really go his way, but Fortitude has the supply lead, he has the economy lead, and of course a lot of room to improve when it comes to his heroes. Warden might miss the moment a little bit as she's constantly being distracted by tanks.
Yeah, exactly, so I thought it's going to look better for Colorful, but those 2 brave tanks, they did a lot, but don't forget, this level 6 Warden with full mana. I'm afraid of the heroes of Mr. Fortitude. When human heroes are that low experience, you can actually kill them with Fan of Knives. Of course, you can't kill the breakers with this ability, but this Warden is coming back.
Mountain King will suffer nice little worker save here, but it's only 3 of them, so mining here has been shut down. 40 food by Colorful only, and now the Moonwell has fallen, so he can't rebuild anything. Interesting tower position here. We finally have a level up. Mountain King, Paladin, both pretty hurt. Paladin goes down, level 7 at the 15-minute mark.
And growing, but the question is, can we kill this castle? Definitely we stopped the mining for a long time. Now Altar is the main target. I'm checking the Night Elf base. Nothing really bad is happening there. The tank aggression is over. And, I mean, it's not that impactful. And when we can... MK, I'm sorry, there is so much action. Warden is chasing every unit.
Oh my god. Will the Paladin come back is the question. Will the Knight survive? Okay, Paladin is safe on level 1. 1 bear not in master form. Everybody is a little overwhelmed. Warden gets the Knight eventually. Thank you, Curly. Legend. Holy Light at the ready. Archmage in trouble. Warden. Can she blink and fan? Can she get big kills? Mountain King in trouble once again. There's a Storm Bolt to save him. Now is the damage enough on the other side? Bears mauling away. Warden, stop during the blink. Oh, this was crazy close.
And she's still there. Go home. Look at the Moonwells. And yes, as you can see, the main base of the humans still operational. And yes, now we are going to reach the issue that, Warden is not going to get any better. Like every level 8 Warden, it's not great. And the question is Colorful going to transition into Panda second, or he'll still try to finish the human, because it can't continue like that, right? You can't be a one-base Night Elf without the Panda. You need to either counter-expand or finish the game.
True that.
Or buy the Panda.
Exactly. I thought there's an expansion growing. There is now. I thought constructed that earlier, but no chance. This game of Colorful is on the shoulders on the Warden. That is for sure. She needs to stall time. If everything goes back according to plan, then Fortitude will take over and there's nothing Colorful can do about it. Even preemptively loading up the workers into the Zeppelin, trying to get another Fan of Knives in, or 2 spirits maybe. Finally some time to recover a little bit for Mountain King and Archmage.
Yeah, there will be a lot of corpses, Neo. This base will be full of Spirit of Vengeance. That's pretty good. Colorful is saving Dryads on super red HP. I love it. So again, the main base of the human is out of order. I'm checking the tanks. Two tanks are inside of Colorful main base, but of course he has a bear there. Expansion is slowly going up. Warden still has mana potion.
Wow, what a high octane game, man. This is 15 minutes of non-stop action. The economy is, of course, still good for 40, thanks to that expo. He can't really get a foot on the ground against the tanks, though. This is a lot of repair, a lot of resources, and a lot of distraction by just 2 tanks. He's forcing the Warden back, he's forcing the Bears back. No Talons, no Ancients of War. It felt like that could have been better, and Colorful, the Spirit needs to survive as well. Do we have any corpses? I think so. Spirits are doing a fine job, but needs to get more kills.
Yeah, Avatar of Vengeance is actually buying a lot of time by just taking damage, believe it or not. And yes, the spirits, they disappeared, but the counter expansion by Colorful is ready. And, you know, he will get richer and richer. It means more bears, more dryads. That's pretty good. Supply, as we can see, is very close. But again, human is going to get those sweet hero levels, while Warden level 9 is almost as good as Warden level 7.
Correct, gets a couple of stats points to help her out. I think it's time for the Panda. When we are fighting for 18 minutes, and look at the map, how many colored dots there still are. So many creep camps up for the taking. You need Panda, you need a Tinker, you need something that helps with the AoE. And maybe now that the expo is up, it's finally time.
Can we kill the Arcane Tower? That's the question. We have some corpses. There is anti-magic potion, of course. So we are... I mean, okay, anti-magic potion used, but the Arcane Tower did finish. Human is busy. But look at the Dryads. Dryads are actually helping. It is actually going to be impactful. And man, we are mining as Night Elf. That's good, but... How long it will continue like that? This is madness.
That's a good question, man. Colorful stays at 50. This avatar is soon to be expired, but you don't want to give that XP to Mountain King or Paladin. Level 8 Warden unlocked. That is the first Shadow Strike. And then we'll see where this goes. I mean, it's essentially 2 base, 1 base, or 1.5 bases versus 2 bases, as the Warden is causing so much trouble, but again, has to respond to these tanks.
Warden is there. Avatar of Vengeance will just walk across the map. That's a very experienced Warden player. Like, Warden is like, I need to be here, I need to deal with those tanks. You go, Avatar of Vengeance, you go, you cross the map, you summon those spirits. I'm busy here.
Yeah, and very, very busy she is. Fan of Knives, of course, doesn't work against tanks. Bears have to do the heavy lifting. I'm really curious if it isn't worth it to just go for Panda because of the level 1 Breath of Fire. But we are spending the gold constantly. We have to rebuild Moonwells again, 2nd time in a row where Colorful is constantly supply blocked.
And look at Colorful expansion, like he was producing Wisp, you know, to saturate the expo, and then all of his Moonwells, I mean, not all, but, you know, he lost a lot of Moonwells, and he's supply blocked, even though expansion is ready, it's not mining in full, because there is no enough food. So he's missing some Wisps, and now there's a counter-attack by the Night Elf. What he can do, 51 supply, but the Warden level 8 hits hard.
Exactly. And another Knight down. We go into the base. There's another corpse, and that's another tower down. Or more corpses during the repair. A kingdom for a Warden right there. Are we getting Ancients of War? No. We finally get another shop for Clarities. That'd be nice. And Colorful is working on saturating his expansion. Still, I feel he needs to do more, but only just a little bit more.
And that's when the games are amazing, right? Super close, 1-1-1 upgraded bears, and they are trying to destroy all of those beautiful tanks. Can you surround them somehow? We'll see about that. Again, the main base of Fortitude, man, this base has 4,900 gold. He's going to mine out his expo faster than the main because all of those out of order breaks. But yes, finally, colorful. I mean, he's still supply blocked.
True.
He's still supply blocked,
Yep.
Mamma mia.
He was able to produce for a little bit, so at least he got 3 out of 5 wisps. But yeah, I've never seen an expansion mine out twice as fast as the main base. Colorful's main base, by the way, is down already, so he harassed for 7 minutes worth of mining.
Yeah, the wisp problem solved, you know? You have one less expansion, like gold mine to saturate, then you don't need that many wisps, okay? He's definitely not suffering from success. How many tanks we can get? Oh, level 9 Warden, and is it great? No! It's not great.
Well, if you're chasing heroes, Shadow Strike, maybe. Mana pool is insane with 480. Gyro killed, and maybe Fortitude telegraphed a switch here. We got gyro bombs already for a little bit of annoyance. But his main base, dude, is just everything is burning there.
A town is under siege.
I think Colorful wants to fight. I think he feels that he has a good chance. His level 9 Warden versus look at the levels of human. This is nothing. Fan of Knives connects pretty well. The Riju is running through and Mr. Neo Colorful is going in. It works.
Yeah, I think he makes a very good case for himself here. There's no distraction this time, and Fortitude has no will to fight anymore. Colorful with a super sick level 6 game plan that you called wonderfully, and then never let go, man. What a nice match by Colorful that was. Already now a better result than at Rara Land, where it was a 4-0 in the grand final. Colorful is here to play. While we load into game 2, shout out to the sponsor of this month, Opera GX, the browser built for gamers. If you're playing yourself, you don't want your browser to clog up all the resources for your CPU and RAM or your network. Opera GX takes care that doesn't happen. If that sounds appealing to you, you can find the link to the browser, our affiliate link to the browser, in the description. Thank you very much for the attention, and off to the next game. A couple of months or weeks ago, I said Warden versus Human is dead. Because I thought it doesn't do enough damage, and it's not enough, and the humans get better and better against the Warden play. I feel like I've never been this wrong for many years, because the Warden is totally running the show. That was the case in Fortitude show match versus Kaho, which she lost 6-1. And so far, Colorful is making a good case for her as well.
Yeah, we need to start the Warcraft 3 talk show, and we are going to make a tier list of all of bad Warcraft 3 related strategy predictions from the caster universe.
Oh my God.
But yes, it's going to be a lot of records there. Level 2 on the MK with ring +5. There is a terrible item. Mountain King will never ever going to be a target of Warden, I think. And as you can see, Colorful is creeping. Is he going to Shadow Strike the Footman? Not really. This is amazing, guys. Look at Mr. Neo, amazing overlay. Do you see any Warden skills?
Nothing. And that's not a bug.
He's waiting for the decision. I mean, he's like, okay, do I need Shadow Strike? Do I need Fan of Knives? Am I going to be surrounded? Do I need Blink? Fan of Knives it is, just to lower those footies.
Exactly. And saves the second skill point in case he needs Blink. He can hold it. Archer goes down. Footman will probably also fall, but a little bit more distraction. Fortitude plays it rather similar to how he played on Northern Isles game 1 that he won.
This is what Colorful wanted, you know? He wanted to creep 2 camps and be harassed, basically. But let me tell you, Fortitude did a lot. He killed an archer. He forced the 1 wisp to detonate, so definitely and 0 economic damage on the human, and now in this Fan of Knives we trust. We are not creeping Warden with the, monsters with the creep. We want to get the footies, but can we get them? And the body block of the brave archer, that was pretty good. Denied by the Fortitude. He's so good with that.
High skills on display one more time. What this accomplished is a lot of time for the expansion for Fortitude, unharassed despite some hurt workers. And of course, creeping was slowed down. Yeah, 2 camps, kinda nice to have, but the Warden needs more. She always wants more.
And Colorful is a master of AFK Wisp. He had AFK Wisp close to the lab for a moment. Of course, you know, it happens. And the counter expansion in the remote location. He made it on the lab on Twisted Meadows, and now he's making in this pretty nice cave where Makura used to live.
I made a big mistake in the cast today. So I said the creep camp next to the bases is the only place where Makura lives on this map, but obviously they're at the most important spot as well. I want to apologize for Makura slander earlier.
Yes, definitely. Makura community in Warcraft 3 is growing, and we know our Makuras, Mr. Neo, so we need to fix this knowledge up. And let me tell you one thing, Fortitude is like not going anywhere. Like he's like, hey, do you want to stay AFK with me? Look at the trap. Is it a trap? Is it a trap? Look, he went to the trap. Invisible Night Elf. Mamma mia.
Nice.
And deny again. That's crazy.
The level of play in this tournament is really, really outstanding. They want to prove a point here that they are the best gamers among the 8 that were invited, and they're making good cases for themselves. But Expo is up. He couldn't find it. He couldn't break through. And we always talk about Warden level, Warden level, Warden level. But how scary is a Mountain King level 2?
I mean, apparently it's more scary than Warden level 2, because this MK is like feeling very comfortable here. And remember, even though tier 2 is ready, like, you know, we need to wait for the Dryads. There will be no second hero for the Night Elf definitely just yet. So, you know, it's not that great. But yes, maybe we can lower HP of some unit. I don't know. It's like I don't know what the plan of Colorful is. Definitely he wants to expand, but it's not easy. He wants to start creeping, but look at Warden HP and experience and mana. Everything is low.
It's getting a bit problematic here. And of course, he also has to calculate in the fact that there can be bash at any given time. Warden, very risky. If that's a bash, she's in trouble, but lucky Colorful can just walk away. Didn't use too much Moonwelt, but now at the end of nighttime, he has to consume quite a bit. During the tier 3 tech, he did not forget to produce these, and the Mountain King finally going home. I think he was missed already by these footmen who he can easily heal up again.
Yeah, just for a moment, because he's coming back very rapidly, and even Fortitude left 3 footies with him. Creeping here is absolute nightmare, but 2 ancients are helping. Tree of Life is an ancient as well. And yes, finally, Warden unlock level 3, and those footies, they need to be careful. Mountain King is going to click on the Ancient of War, maybe because Fortitude wants to make tanks, and of course tanks, you know, they take a lot of damage from uprooted ancients. Ancient of War goes down.
Oh wow, the multitasking is crazy, and the fact that these 3 footmen changed the creep spot so much that the archers had to run away. There was a lack of damage, and now everything is very chaotic. Stormbolts flying, archers dying, dryads are coming in. Even though defense shields are up, the poison damage is very, very useful against whatever the footmen are here to offer, and now he can finally take care of that expansion with a big delay, of course. But 40 has just arrived on tier 2, comes in with an alchemist.
He forgot tier 3 for a little bit moment, but everything is fine now. Alchemy is the big tell. It's going to be mass air. Maybe with some tanks, but you know, this, like, in general, it's going to be mass air. And look at Warden. This is a good time for Warden, but Alchemist is ruining the party. Look at this efficient healing. This is amazing.
Exactly. A level 1 healing spell outvalues a level 2 damage spell. For a while, at least 2 footmen falling now. Dryad health, not the crispiest anymore, but tier 3 for Colorful is done. And then, of course, you get the juicy bonus experience on a solo hero.
Yeah, it's very important. It's 30%. And also Fortitude got a heal scroll, which is not that important now because, you know, there is no mana on Warden to begin with, but the The heal score is definitely very important. And what is going to happen now? We have Ridge on the Warden. As you mentioned, there is absolutely no dispel. So this Warden actually is not afraid of her life. She can tank. And because of that, Fortitude is like, I can't trade here. Bye.
Wow, man. 9 minutes of pure exchanges between the two. First in the middle, then in the base, now at the expo. Both players on 2 bases. One was mining a little bit more, the other is ahead in tech. Alchemist did not get any experience here, so we talked about Fortitude's denies, but also Colorful saves were really good. And I love that he goes for the Shredder. Colorful kind of known to have low lumber, high gold. This Shredder will fix it.
Yeah, I'm checking the human base. Look, there is early Arcane Sanctum, and there are still workshops. So I wonder what kind of unit composition is going to be. Big mana potion for Warden as well, because, you know, you want some breakers, of course, but look at this. We have a beautiful fan of knives in the middle of everything. Experience went for Colorful as well. He got the Sasquatch. Mamma mia, this Warden is getting closer and closer to level 5.
Colorful is crazy today. Stormbolt only for an archer controls this well. Big mana potion previously, so Warden can stay in and cause more trouble with Fan of Knives if she decides to. But you can get guaranteed XP as well by just finishing the camp and stack up. And that's exactly what's happening here. Super close to level 5.
And again, we have the question: is it going to be this solo Warden timing, or it's going to be something different? Is Fortitude ready? Maybe he went for early breakers, you know, to avoid what happened on the previous map. Maybe he is respecting Colorful approach a lot. We'll see about that. And look at this. There is so many Nidelve units. It's 50 supply versus 50 supply, but it's a tier 3 supply for Nidelve. Staff of Sanctuary used. Inside of the human base, there's only one Arcane Tower. You know, it's not that many towers. Big mana potion is here. And look what is happening to all of those peasants. And we have one Destiny, and Destiny is level 6 Warden, but it's still far, far, far away. And another Fan of Knives directly into the peasant line. Can we break the Arcane Tower?
Ooh, Mortar team is coming to the rescue against the Dryads, but they're dancing a nice tango here around them. Blood Mage is in. Arcane Tower holding for now. Now it's gone. Economy clearly wrecked. Mortar team loses the fight against the Dryad after giving out one more shot. Bears falling. No staff just yet. The Griffins might help here a little. Warden blinks out, has a TP, stays there, and now blinks away as it is the level 5. Spectacular game again.
Yeah, but this time, you know, Colorful is going to the late game, right? So he has his Shredder. He has Wellspring, which is like bravissimo for investing into this very efficient upgrade. And look at Fortitude Lumber. He still has big lumber needs, you know, he needs to make the towers and all of those upgrades. He has 52 lumber. He would love to add the Shredder, but very low lumber values.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Shredder to get lumber costs lumber, so the rich get richer kind of thing. Thank you as Leonard for the 25. We are 40% away from the level 6, but of course, as the Warden is a solo hero, you know it, gets high XP, especially from Knights here. And Knights are fast units, but it's not that easy to get away. Staff used, but that means no staff for the Shredder.
Blood Mage connects with Siphon Mana, but it was just enough for one more Fan of Knives, and this Warden is going brr. Of course, we are trying to save Mana Potion, maybe for the ultimate, but we are still far away. But look at this, there is so many low HP units. Mana Potion used. Warden is almost level 6, but Mana is empty.
Oh, crazy. A Griffin went down. The second Griffin almost dead. We've seen Colorful. That's level 6. Didn't save the potion, unfortunately. Bears are falling as well. Wild exchange between the two. Colorful's Dryad control, I think, has significantly increased. We've seen that in the matches versus Happy when it wasn't Griffins but Destroyers, and he gets another one. And that's the heavy magic damage. The counter to Bears wiped off the map.
And look at the Shredder in the base of Fortitude. This is me in real life when I want to be creative, productive. This is me. Idle forever. I have big plans, maybe big potential, but I do exactly nothing. Okay, now it's fixed.
I saw you finally achieved your YouTube plan, so we're getting there. We're getting there, Soul. Don't be so hard to yourself. And he fixed it pretty quickly as well, so no harm, no foul. Lots of open space still for Fortitude. In terms of items, he also has some gold, but the Warden, she only wants one thing, and that's dead peasants.
And there is a lot of them. There is a lot of them. Guys, Night Elf have supply lead at this stage of the game. To have supply lead, 2-base. Situation is looking very, very drastic. And what Fortitude is trying to do, he's trying to kill colorful expansion. There is no Nurture Blessing. Of course, we can mass repair. And yes, who is going to win this base raid? Colorful is pressing the button. He's going to teleport.
Okay, not having Nature's Blessing is very, very, very risky. Can't kill the production. One Wisp, maybe. The trouble is still on the left-hand side because there were so many spirits. And these spirits don't cost any supply and they can't be killed. So on top of the already existing 10 supply lead, we got the Avatar, we got the summons. And that is something that Fortitude just has to respond to because his army is really expensive.
Yeah, Fortitude and Colorful are going to collide now, but look at the size of the Night Elf army. That was a nice bolt, by the way. Colorful wants to reposition a little bit, but yes, he has items, he has mana, he has good HP. The big fight is here, but this fight is can't go too well for the human. He doesn't have the numbers.
Exactly. Mountain King in the middle of it all, being blocked by his own alchemist there. This is not looking great. MK has an invul and a heal scroll, needs it soon, I guess. Bears all over. Ah, the damage is crazy! And the level 3 is now outvaluing the level 1 heal spray. Alchemist never made it further. Warden now in a little bit of trouble herself, and fighting without a hero in Warcraft 3 isn't easy.
Sweet micro by Fortitude, he's using stuff very well, but Blood Mage banish to save the Blood Mage. What a beautiful... But it has short cooldown, now TP is on him, but he just decided to leave the game. Too many Dryads, too much supply. 70 supply versus 53. I think it wasn't a disconnect. I think he just accepted his fate.
Colorful is batshit crazy, dude. When did this guy learn to play so well? This is world-class level. This is tier 1 level. This is some of the best Warden games that I have seen in so long.
Okay. By the way, I would like to point your attention into the altar position. It's closer to the expo than to the, let's say, Mercam. So it looks like it's not going to be level 3 creep road. And inside of Colorful Altar, by the way, you are not going to change winning strategy. That's a Warden again.
Correcto. And why would you change anything? Everything works here, regardless if there was pressure early or not. He finds the ways to the necessary levels. He uses the skills he has as the available levels pretty much perfectly. And Fortitude, he will need a Zeppelin again. He didn't have one for a long time on map 2, 3. And getting to the labs here, you gotta go far out on the map. So I don't think it's that likely. And another option for Warden then.
Okay, so Neo, if you talk with a human teacher, human, you want to teach somebody Warcraft 3 the human way, the first rule that you say, a little bit more advanced, altar position should be always nearby the first camp you want to creep. So man, I think Fortitude changed his mind. I think he changed his mind. He went for the Mercamp now, and we are talking about 2 seconds, 1 second. But again, there's a set in stone rule, and he's going to the middle. That's new.
That is not in time, is it? For the null, it shouldn't be. Oh, Stormbolt Steel, maybe? It's big? No, aims for the Warden. Very interesting. Can block, can bash, and that looks fine. Warden don't want to invest into a blink that early, and he just walks it off like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I'm counting the farms for human. We have 4 farms. It means expansion. And yes, the squad of militia is already going to the bottom. This bolt hurt a little bit, right? But Colorful is just creeping. Remember what happened on Hammerfall? On Hammerfall, Colorful crept, the first camp directly and then start squeezing. And Warden was super giga low experience. And now it's the opposite. Warden is still creeping. Warden is getting more and more permanent items. And, the situation is looking decent for Colorful, to say the least.
I agree. Get some good items as well. progressing. Tech coming up. What we don't have just yet is a counter expansion. That was the case on Hammerfall. That was the case on Twisted, but not just yet. Would love to see a Jens expansion position here at the 11 o'clock. But maybe Colorful shows us that Warden is playable one base.
Okay, Fortitude is going back to his element. He sold the TP to get Boots of Speed. Look at those claws of attack on the Mountain King. So definitely this guy, this MK is very scary. As you mentioned, the Wisp is in position, this 11 o'clock position to maybe make the expo. And we are going to the human base. There is no Arcane Tower. Greedy.
Again, exactly. And a couple of peasants are hurt already from the creeping. Colorful exploiting that. Wanted to dodge that. Just a split second too late, and that takes a lot of HP away. But Colorful just blinks away. Has to stay out of range, and this was no damage done, but still distraction.
Yeah, distraction from the expansion that is growing on the north, right? And a very patient play by Colorful. I'm a little bit surprised that he decided to play like that instead of trying to get level 3. I know that is not that easy because of how the creep camps are located. And look at this, Fortitude knows.
Ooh.
And another bot, Mr. Gio.
Careful, Bash, and she's dead! Blink! But that was anticipated! Stormbolt ready in 1 second! Moonwell to the rescue! Even in these dire situations, man. Colorful with a little bit of luck.
Look at this Expo, he's not even contesting it. Entire plan of Colorful is not working. Fortitude is so back.
Okay, we find counters, we find answers. Close to a Warden kill. This is almost close to GG, but Colorful, of course, can still go for bears, can still go for timings, and especially with the Warden create space, but she's only 2.4.
Man, this level 3 creep road, it worked actually. So what I noticed in one of the 200 practice games that Sok played versus Medusa, the gamer, is sometimes when Sok played like Fortitude here, Medusa played one base, tier 1 mass hands all in, you know, into the expansion because expansion was late. So maybe that would be better because like I was like not a believer into level 3 MK creeping, but I stand corrected. That's looking pretty sweet. Expansion cancelled. Level 3 MK versus level 2 Warden, and this guy's scary.
100%. Colorful has shown in the past month he can defend extremely well, almost similar to a Jens, but of course nobody can match Jens in any regard. But how good can you play when you have to be the aggressor? That's the story that this game has to tell.
Yeah, when Jens starts Jensing, nobody can break him. That's very true. And we are going for the very important Troll Berserker. He went down, but look, it's still missing a lot of experience. Fortitude a little bit sloppy. He's feeding the marks to Colorful, but maybe he's feeling a little bit, you know, like I'm so ahead, I'm just doing well. But this is Warden. Warden can get out of control really quickly. Level 3 finally is here. Lords are not going to get cancelled, and I'm a little bit afraid for those free footies.
Me too, but this is the last bit of mana, and there's also not much in the wells, and it's the beginning of daytime. So do you want to spam right here? Not too sure. Maybe wait for the first rejuvenation. Uh-oh, bear! You need that bear! But Fortitude wants that bear as well. He wants to decapitate it, hang it on the wall in his home right next to the human crest where he's celebrating always. And that was a major loss for Colorful.
Okay, so you know how Night Elves are decorating their houses. I know the Orcs have printed out the patch that nerf Pala Rifle, you know, frame up on the wall, that's for sure. And MK has no TP. Wait a moment, there is a Wisp ready to block, but no. MK is too fast with the Boots of Speed, and guys, there is no counter expansion, there is nothing like that. He's going to be one base Night Elf, and he's so under-leveled. Alchemist is there, and he's just chilling, lol.
Yeah, he might get some kills here even on the Dryads, especially with the help of Ensnare. Looking for that big consumable, looking for more footman support. But yeah, this is looking grim, that's for sure. Colorful.
MK's back, be careful.
Again, Scroll of the Beast, really not good.
There is no stuff on Warden. Colorful is like refusing to buy stuff because he, has too many items in general. But the bear goes down. Warden has to blink away. And is this one-base timing looking dangerous? I don't think so. Look at Fortitude economy. He's pressing the tier 3 button. He has 600 lumber. He did not, have to pull militia a lot. He's so ahead. His macro is going to skyrocket soon.
Exactly. Triple Griffin Aviary coming, and that is super hard to crack once the Armada is finally up. Colorful, great game on map 2 and 3, but Fortitude bounces back, and this is how we like our grand final. And this is especially how we like Fortitude in boss mode.
Well, definitely, but he's losing maps, so the full boss mode is not activated yet. He needs to crash Colorful a little bit more to win the boss mode back. In my eyes, he's doing this well in this game, but there's still a level. There are levels, to how hard you can crash the Niders, but with all seriousness, there is no counter expansion. Maybe that's why Fortitude went to the north. It's like, bro, you have no expo? You dead, bro. That's his message.
Not just yet, not just yet. Fortitude is the one portaling away a little time and space for the Warden. And maybe an expansion on the spot. He got 300 gold. He got a big mana potion. There is some tools to work with if you're colorful, and there's no better hero to stall time than the Warden.
Okay, big mana potion gives me some hope. By the way, I'm suffering from success. There are close +5 at the expansion. So, maybe that's why this emote, back to Warcraft like treasure, was made. If somebody left an item on the ground, you need to spam it. But don't worry, guys, the tome and the item were picked up by the Warden, but Warden needs more, and she's getting more. She's creeping a huge Fruborg cap.
Ooh, is that level 5 with bonus experience? We are expanding on the spot. Fortitude can't take too much time, to be fair. Warden can definitely spiral out of control. The Dragonhawks are here, not waiting until the Griffins are available. A little bit of piercing damage, and the Blood Mage is coming alongside that as well. Warden, though, still needs progress. A couple of... Oh, he goes to the shop. Wait, that's enough for 5.
Yeah, calculated, looks like it. MK creep jug a little bit with a bolt. He got 1 archer and level 4, but yes, we have level 5 Warden. Again, Colorful is trying to expand, right? So he doesn't need to commit in full force here. Let's count the towers. I see 2 magnificent towers and no Zeppelin. So, all of those peasants are in a big trouble, but of course level 6 is not going to happen. But look at this, Neo. Economy of Human was able to produce 3 Gryphons, 2 Dragonhawk Raiders, and run Nidelf run.
But damage is done. 4 workers, 20% of the level towards 6 has been achieved. We've seen very, very dominant avatars of vengeance because there were a lot of ground units. With this army, it becomes a lot harder if there's no militia, no footmen left. These birdies, they don't leave any corpses. Basically boneless nuggets for Fortitude in the air. And he's just doubling down. Rise to 80 and finish the game.
Okay, the more time Colorful gets, the better. Look at his expo. It's not in the range. Okay, he's fixing it now. Not for long, but it's annoying. It's like, I still need to wait for my gold income. And look at this brave Warden. Is like, bro, you need to buy the Zeppelin. But yes, I'm not afraid of this harassment, Neo. There is so much lumber on Fortitude. He versus Undead, he often kills his peasant at 80 supply, so actually Warden is doing this for him. We don't want to feed experience to Warden, but still, this is not the end of the world. And yes, Fortitude is doing a-okay, but Colorful on similar supply with expansion going up. Maybe there is hope. Another worker went down, but there is no more mana on this beautiful Warden.
Okay, that's now half the way done to level 6. Fortitude probably a bit annoyed by all the kills that Colorful was able to get. This is not ideal, but stocks up on heal scrolls, gets the invuln, has a mana potion. This is big destruction rising north.
Yeah, but Colorful is ready. Guys, I stand corrected. My casting license maybe revoke. I thought he's super giga dead. But he has the same supply, let's go!
Okay, but no level 6 just yet. Is the Fan of Knives alone enough? Without a Panda, without a Tinker. Do we have Nature's Blessing? We do. Super well upgrade as well. He was able to power up, but I'm still doubting that that's enough.
Okay, let's see about that. The Dryads are connecting nicely to all of their air units. I'm checking out the heal scores. There is only one heal score. Warden is constantly on the edge to not lose too much mana to siphon from a Blood Mage. And looks like this expansion may finish. Let's see. The human army is getting lower and lower. I think Fortitude may be a little bit shocked here. He's like, man, I had such a good game, but this Nidal is going brr. He got level 6. But Bolt, Siphon mana is always good.
Ooh, takes away the mana, so there is no avatar. Yeah, I feel like the Dragonhawks didn't focus the Dryads too much, and then they had a lot of presence here. Still pushing through. At least he gets the Entangled Gold Mine and is buying some time, even though I agree with you, threatening that Tree of Life doesn't seem to be that great. Warden blocks herself a little bit, bash after bash, Dryads coming in, controlling the fight a little bit. Fan of Knives one more time. There is more Stormbolt. Warden is flirting with death.
Okay, but you know, now the worst part is over. Maybe finally we can get the gold, because yes, it's crazy that this gold mine basically has default gold, right? 1200, 1500. So, mamma mia, mamma mia.
Yeah, I
Still,
think
the Knuckle efficiency, you know. The Moonwells with Wellspring, they can provide a lot, but Human is getting levels. Siphon mana, level 2 is amazing when Blood Mage gets to level 3, finally. And this Entangled Goldmine can be cancelled again! Look at those sneaky Dragon Hawk Raiders! They have piercing damage, they will obliterate this!
Yep, looking good here. Warden, not in the human economy. Fortitude is forcing the pace onto Colorful. And the Dryads have to do the heavy lifting once again. No heal scroll, no staff, hard to save them. And 40 is getting richer and richer, about to be maxed out, and Colorful wasn't producing for a long time.
Yeah, what's the cooldown of... look, there's no need to summon Avatar of Vengeance, because the Avatar of Vengeance is there, on foot! Look at this! Mamma mia, and Warden is back, beautiful! Expansion on the south is out of order, and 40 needs to teleport out from here in order to, like, deal with that.
Wow, nice counterplay, man. Sometimes it can be so easy. That is 1 minute cooldown on that
On the
Avatar.
top right, on the top right! Grandfinal died to the red cap, it's for supply!
Oh.
Expensive! Happy lost ghouls to creeps. I seen with my own eyes. Grandfinal died to the red camp. Fortitude a little bit sloppy today.
Yep, I agree. That isn't perfect shape. That was also noticeable yesterday when he lost to Labby, who still played amazing. But 40 made some mistakes that we usually don't see. And if you give an opening to the Warden, then it can get scary. But it's a lot of Dragonhawks now, and I'm curious if the Dryads stand a chance, or if there even will be a fight. There's, you know, only 2 more peasants, 3 more peasants, but 40 is preparing another attack.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Colorful is preparing another corpses for his Avatar of Vengeance. In like 5 seconds, right? He can summon the new one, if I'm not mistaken, because the ultimate cooldown is over. And expansion of Fortitude is out of order. Warden is very needed in the north. Dryads are so far trying to run away, but 2 Dryads has fallen to all of those beautiful Dragon Hawk Raiders. 3-1 upgrades on the Human are Grande. And what's now Colorful? Are you like, he can't really trade this. He's stuffing back. He's stuffing to the expo. Is it crazy? There's entire army here. But the Warden blinked away, bolted in a kinda safe position. There is 0 good items on the Warden. I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't know how you can save that anymore. Banish Bolt is a combo that is available. Dryads fights Dragonhawk straight up. Fortitude finally wants to close this out, and these Dryads are getting massacred.
Yeah, the decision to go for Fortitude economy was a clear mistake. He didn't have enough juice in the Warden to deal with all of those flying armies, and now he sacrificed all of the Dryads for nothing. Look at the supply. It was relatively close, and now it's 67 versus 40. 38 now, and the Expo will die soon again. Warden is like waiting for the new shop. Colorful can't spend his gold. Expansion is dead. What a crucial mistake. So greedy by Colorful.
Yeah, looked like portaling to the Expo wasn't necessarily the best call. Nice by 40 to not fall and not get stressed when the Warden was at the Expo once again. He knew his gold was enough already. His army was big enough already. He got the staffs, he got the scroll, he got the banish, etc. if he wanted to save something. And now he can comfortably get further and further ahead. And for Colorful, it's a mission impossible with very, very few units. 30 food down. This very much smells like an equalizer on map 4.
Yeah, he wants to finish what he started with, you know, this expansion of Fortitude. But Fortitude is like, do you know Moonwells? You want them? Better challenge me, because I'm going to click on Moonwell after Moonwell after Moonwell, and then there will be even less mana for your beautiful Warden. And man, he got punished by his greed. Yes, he died to big flying army with upgrades. How good is Warden without mana? There are heroes like Blade Master, right? When Blade Master has 0 mana, but is crit level 3, man. This hero is very scary, but Warden just tickles.
So, you're telling Colorful to go for Podem next time?
No, there is a better hero, but that's not good. Okay, Dark Ranger. Everybody, you need to play Dark Ranger, but guys, look at the Dragon Hawks. They are picking Dryads one by one. There is no Moon Juice to save him. GG is called, and Fortitude is so back, and it's best of 7, right?
Right.
Was reduced. Best of how many?
7.
Best of 7 was reduced to best of 3.
Correcto. The best Remo impression we could possibly have.
Okay, so let's focus on the game. I can have a comment about which strategy can beat this easy but later, but double archer, that's very interesting, because you know you will have your Ancient of War uprooted for a long time, right? So double archer is important. You want to creep this quickly, and we are wishing Mr. Colorful big items, mana probably, because Orc Magi is going to drop a considerable item, and it's greater mana potion. I hope we are synced well. Perfect. On the top. It's MK. Fortitude lost militia on creep. Somebody clip that. It's not only me.
Okay, maybe one more here if things go worse. Oh, that big mana potion on the Warden can lead to terrible, terrible things. Close your eyes if you're a human fan. Hide your children or put them away from the screen for a second, because these fans of knives will be plenty and they will hit hard.
Yeah, but item on the MK, Sobi Mask. Remember, the longer the game goes, the better Sobi Mask is, and Fortitude is feeling confident enough to bolt the Wisp.
Yeah, if you're a Night Elf fan, hide your children, close your eyes. These Storm Bolts are gonna hit very, very hard.
The Night of Children. They are in the forest. They can climb trees. It's going to be fine. Okay, this Creepjack may be very dangerous. Colorful needs to stay here. Bolt on the archer. And he can't kill this High Priest. Okay, he got it now. The archer goes down, and Warden will get red HP as well. Mamma mia, the squeezing has begun.
Okay, thankfully the Warden was rewarded for all her efforts with the replenishment potion, so a little bit of
Another
HP
archer
is coming back. And yeah, now without the archers, how do you want to creep?
And you know what? Why? Because Colorful is not used to having Ancient of War in this position, so you know he didn't even think about adjusting the Riley point, and he got punished. Man, he lost 2 archers that early. Look at the Warden, barely creeping. Mamma mia, this squeeze is going to be crazy in the north. Human is expanding with militia and berserker. It's the perfect short material.
And the Warden is almost dead after taking on the Null, the Ogre on the left-hand side. So much time for 40 now. Mountain King level 3. Thankfully, the Warden is healthy again, but she also got caught with the bolt, got a blink. That's a lot of mana gone.
And, okay, does Colorful know? Does Colorful know that it's going to be expansion like that? Of course, because, you know, if he goes there, this Warden can go brr, but Warden is busy at home! And MK level 3 is here with Sobi Mask that's looking so scary.
Yeah, there's no reason to go home if you're this dwarf. You are slaughtering archers, you're farming, you're expanding, you're soon will be teching, and Colorful. Maybe you gotta question why he went for Last Refuge when he's such a dedicated Warden player, because this is not working out at all. And Fortitude grabs the initiative in this grand final again.
He's like, oh, nice creativity. Nice Engine of War. Thank you for the free archers. And Sobi Mask, man. The longer the game goes, the better.
And the Warden
is trying to chase, this Forest Troll Berserker, but he goes to the crypt. He used Fan of Knives to get the troll and he failed at it. It is an absolute disaster. And you know what is the most funny for me? That this big mana potion is still in his inventory and he has GG out. Mr. Fortitude, my name is Sol Apen and I'm officially giving you the boss aura back. You have it and I'm influenced.
5 minutes 39, 040. When it's most important, he shines the brightest and is one map away from yet another tier 2 tournament win after farming WSB.
Very true, so I hope he's not going to deny any creeps, but yes, he's too good to do stuff like that, you know. Warcraft is a lot about repetition, of course. He has amazing muscle memory. And yes, he's creeping just fine. Fortitude is starting with very, very, very small camp. Wisp of Colorful knows about everything. And now, this is the madness, right? You can recreate build order, you can recreate the first camp creeping, but now it's up to pro players to show us what the most efficient decisions are. Colorful is going to creep like an orc. He's going for the Slash Finger. That's like a very good camp if you open with Blade Master, but apparently Warden can do it too.
And Colorful also going Huntress.
Ooh, Medusa sent him a DM. I love it. He's like, bro, hands, bro. And he's like, okay, bro. Thank you, bro. Okay, so the idea is they're going to be very, very, very aggressive. I like it.
All right, it's only one Ancient of War. So it's not mass, it's not an AP push, it's just a transition. This is more or less Sonic style. He did this for many years. The Warden will of course distract to bridge the time, and I really like this Huntress transition. Hunts are way sturdier than Archers are. They do area of effect damage. Usually they were countered by piercing damage, but it's not gonna be too prevalent here. Warden almost surrounded, but dances out of it. And yeah, the AoE damage of Huntress on top of the AoE damage of the Warden, that is 1+1, and that's a lot of AoE damage.
And also, if you really want to squeeze, you have Mer Camp in the middle of the map, right? So if you have extra resources, you can pull the camp, buy the mercs without creeping. But yes, as you mentioned, hunts are not bouncing anymore from buildings to buildings, but they are bouncing very well between units. And yes, interesting, that is going to be tier 2 hunts. Maybe just going to be a transition unit. Remember that it doesn't mean... Oh, nice block on the Warden, by the way. So Warden will force to use Blink if she wants to get free. Remember, Blink is very mana costly on level 1. On level 1, it costs 50 mana. Can you afford 50 mana in this Night Elf economy? I don't think so.
Well, it pins 2 footmen here, and they can't move if he wants to keep the Warden trapped there. Huntress are in to cause some trouble, and a counter expansion right next to the Huntress Hall. So this will take time. He wants to bridge that gap and lead with technology. Warden still... Oh, no, needs some mana. All right. It's a very interesting game. It's definitely a different game than what we've seen, and Fortitude a little unsure of where to move next.
Yeah, and I like it because, you know, as you mentioned, different. In the previous games, we saw that Fortitude was very ready for all of those colorful, strategies, plans. And now this MK on level 2 is not that scary, right? The hunts, they give Night Elves hope, apparently.
But they're also very expensive and they don't have the craziest longevity. So can turn into a liability. Warden is one of the weakest states that we've seen so far. Only level 2.1, heavy aggression, and that's the downside of a Huntress. Can get Stormbolt, can get surrounded, and then if you lose that hunt, that's a big economy gap.
Yeah, that was expensive, and even without using Dust of Appearance, the hunt was out of position by a lot. But the good news for Colorful is that, his expansion is going up slowly. He's growing his Moonwells into the Expo direction, but yes, Fortitude is stacking already. He skipped the Arcane Tower in his main and expansion, actually, for a reason. He knows that Colorful is passive. And yes, small mind games like that, Neo, like skipping the towers before to make them after the tech, it really helps, the timing of your second hero. And speaking of the timings, look who is creeping the Mare camp. This is great. Fortitude is so rich. He bought 2 Mercs actually, and Warden is just on level 2.
Right on, but she jumps on top of this with more mana, more Fan of Knives. The Shadow Priest is gone, but denied by 40. Not allowing the Warden any additional XP point, but there's another Fan of Knives. Now, can this Berserker live? This was an expensive investment then, you can always argue. Yeah, but he took it away from Colorful. Yep, but it also ends up on Colorful's XP bar. And that one is growing and growing. Warden needs to hit, wants to dodge, and that's level 3.
Yeah, that's a lot of hunts. I'm checking the Ancient of War. Do we have a Moonglaive upgrade? No, I mean, yes, Moonglaive, right? The heavy armor upgrade for the hunts. Apparently with 3 hunts it's not important. Ancient of War is just, going to help with creeping. The same with Tree of Life is ready in the creeping position, so as we can see, Colorful wants to take it into the late game.
Yeah, there's also no piercing damage outside of towers, right? So it doesn't mean too much to have that heavy hunt upgrade. It's a lot about creeping here. The tree soaks up the damage. And now, double lore up, tier 3 started, Dryads coming out. This turns out to be one of the better Colorful situations now.
I mean, definitely if your tournament life is on the line, this game is quite promising. It's not absolute distraction like, let's say, a Last Refuge or Springtime, right? Here, I can see the hope, but remember, Fortitude is ahead. He has nice levels as well. He has a huge economic advantage. He is going into the... his Lumber, okay, he's staying on tier 2 for a long time. Maybe it's good because, he's not swimming in Lumber yet. He can't press this tier 3 button that he, of course, would love to press.
I mean, he could have pressed it, but he built double aviary instead.
Yeah, exactly. It means that he's a little bit afraid of those hunts, This is all of those factors that, like, okay, this guy will have stronger mid-game because of the hunt, so maybe I need to actually go for a few Dragon Hawks before the tech. Again, this is hard to recreate. They are making those decisions. Some of them are calculated, some of them just intuition. And let's see who is going to be right. At the end of the day, Shredder goes to Nidelve. And remember, on this map, there is only one Goblin Laboratory. So I know there is an icon called Shop Control for on Back to Warcraft, but you need to add another one, Shredder Control.
We need lab control there soon, and soon Fortitude needs an altar control because there's no TP, there's no staff. The one blinked a second too late. Oh my god. Fortitude dodging a shotgun straight to the face here. This Mountain King could have gone down. He had to invest the Mana Stone for it. So at least Colorful got something off of it, but of course this would have been a huge bounty. Alchemist in the meantime finds the next great mana item, so 40 pretty blessed when it comes to spell force. Now Warden, not too bad getting the flute, creeping the rest of the camp, level 4.3 and Expo up and saturated. Things are clicking and tier 3 is done as well.
Okay, I need a human expert. As you introduce me, random player, very right, but as not a main human player, I don't understand Neo. He's playing Mass Dragon Hog Raiders, yes. He's not pressing tier 3. Like, Dragon Hog Raiders, they need Animal War training, this plus 100 HP upgrade. You need third hero, you need Staff of Sanctuary. I understand to have a stronger mid-game, but I'm surprised, let me tell you. I'm very surprised that he's that overproducing on tier 2. Did he forget to press tier 3? That's the question, because I watch a lot of games, and my weird decision radar is like ringing. Why?
That's a good question, man. It's also not like he gets a lot of map presence for it, right? So Colorful can still creep up, gets the big consumable, the 3rd time Scroll of the Beast. He just, I thought he leaves it on the ground out of anger, but no. What you can do with this tier 2 is like wisp hunting, but then you have a Shredder against it, so it doesn't really matter. Shredder is also back at home. And as you said, like, they're not that tanky, and if units are not that tanky, the Warden can do a lot of damage.
I mean, again, the time, okay, this is like tier 2 in timing. This is educated. He's bringing militia. He's playing reverse Colorful from Twisted Meadows because he wants to surprise his opponent with this, like, timing. But let me tell you guys, if he can't kill a lot of here, he'll be in trouble. So far, he's killing a lot.
No heal scroll either. The Warden can still carry, has a mana potion, super close to level 5. Colorful stemming against the defeat. He of course wants game 7, that is, with the level 5 Warden on the ground. The Warden dominates. Dragonhawk still chasing, but only one lousy Dryad. The Expo stands, but guess what? Fortitude follows it up with tower push.
The towers are definitely hard to deal with, but my eyes are on the Night Elf army here. Bears, they can actually survive a little bit of this. Warden is trying to spread the poison on Dragonhawk Raiders. Big supply lead for Fortitude. As you mentioned, the towers are up, but one hand will clear them. Fortitude killed a lot, and he's pressing tier 3 button now, you see? He like, okay, he's like, I tried it, I killed a lot, but wasn't enough. Now, plan B.
Man, that Alchemist just saved a bunch of Dragonhawks. That could have been a multi-kill if not for that heal spray. And the Hunts are not cleaning up the towers. The Hunt is gone. And you say you have your eyes on the Night Elf army. I ask you, which army? He has 3 bears that don't help anyone here because they can't attack up. And then he has 1 Dryad. Fortitude with a sensational push.
Yeah, and he's working and he's stacking, and there is 0 Dryads because, like, the meme is that you play versus Mass Wyvern. From Org you play Mass Bears just to, you know, heal the Demon Hunter or Warden in this case. And this is actually true. We are playing so many bears, but look at the production of Colorful. He has 8 Dryads queued. He needs another production building.
Nah, that's not allowed. In the big law book of the Night Elves, it is written, you shall only build 2 production buildings. Oh my god, yeah, I mean, it was stressful. He had to micro his heart out with the Warden to stay alive, but that is a lot of sunken cost. If, of course, you get some time, and the Warden can again steal some time, there might be something possible. We're also getting close to level 6.
6 Warden is a very good tool, as we saw many times, but now Fortitude will get his sweet tier 3 tech. Weird game, definitely, guys. If you know it's the last game, I hope not, but if it's the last game, definitely it's a very creative game from both players. And as you mentioned, humans were able to access triple Gryphon Aviary technology, but not the Night Elves. As you mentioned, and the rule is simple. Double Ancient of Lore, and that's it, period. 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, 4 base, doesn't matter.
What is changing, though, is the second hero. We do have a Panda and Brewmaster. We have one on the house. Alcohol-free, of course, at this hour. And this will be interesting now. If you can get the damage up. Drunken Haze, super nice for creeping. It's already fantastic to cause a mischance on the Dragonhawks for damage mitigation. But it is not enough by itself. You need Breath of Fire, even though some people are making jokes about it.
Jokes, I mean, Breath of Fire, you know, in the short proximity hits very hard, of course. But of course, it's easy to missed all of those flying units. I'm checking the upgrades on both players. Okay, the upgrades are still growing. So now we are in this interesting stage of the game when we are stabilizing a little bit. Basically, both players are building those huge ultimate armies with a tier 3 kicker. Of course, Animal War training will be up in a second, so that's very important. But yes, Dragonhawk Raiders, they're trying to cancel or kill Entangled Goldmine. They lost a lot of HP, and yes, Scroll of the Region is mandatory.
15 minutes in, Colorful was almost knocked out, down to 3 units. Now things are looking a little bit different. Supply is even, tech is even, Warden close to 6, Panda's leveling up, 2.4. And there's a couple of green spots that might give him level 3. But more importantly, of course, the level 6 on the Warden. Mountain King is the guardian of these peasants in absence of a Zeppelin. But the Warden plays around the cooldown, or should be. It's still not level 6. Getting blocked, needs the blink and is out. But that is the freedom for the Panda for that level 3. And he also don't have it. Man, he's close to super important game-defining level ups.
And he has time. He has time. Look at Okay, maybe not. Fortitude is going to the middle of the map. Fortitude also has 3 heroes. And yes, the better get ready, Colorful, because the big push is coming. Warden was able to dodge the bolt with a blink. There is Invul, there is Mana Potion. I think both players are ready. And for the first time, we have a second Night Elf hero on a decent level. Full of mana Panda is. Finally, we don't have no issue with the inventory. We can actually afford, to have all of those 12 items instead of 6. And yes, Warden is ready to protect Tree of Life. Who is the real keeper of the groove? I think in this game is the Warden.
Probably true. We got Siphon Mana though. Very, very, very annoying from the Blood Mage. Tons of Dryads. And weird to set up a position here. Similar to Springtime. So many chokes where bears can't easily pass the heroes either. But he holds once again. We're gonna meet each other at 80-80. We got a lot of consumables. Daytime halfway done, still some Moonwells. Colorful is playing a very nice strategic game. Holding on, holding on, holding on. And 40 also, rather conservative. Stormhammer upgrade, 3rd attack upgrade, and never breaking 80.
Level 6 is here. Warden went to the human expansion, making it out of order. What Fortitude is going to do about this? He wants revenge. He's in the middle. He's ready to fight. Remember, if Warden gets out of the mana, cancelling economy may not work. Let's see about that. We are fighting. Panda is in a good position. Breath of Fire is going to be juicy. I like the split on the Dryads as well. Warden is using Mana Potion, going away. Alchemist is healing a lot. The game is very close.
We need the next fan of knives. There it is. Warden already 28,000 damage. Panda has a Mana Potion, needs it soon. We need the big breath here. 62 food on both sides. Blinks away from the Siphon the second it was engaged. Beautifully done by Colorful, but is it enough?
He's repositioning, he got 1 Dragon Hawk Raider for his trouble. Supply is very even, and expansion of Fortitude is out of order. If Colorful can keep this for a little bit longer, he'll be fine. He has Moonwells, he has the shop. Remember what happened on Springtime, that his shop was dead, he couldn't spend his gold for the potions. The Avatar of Vengeance is here, the entire Night Elf family is reuniting.
With the spirit, that's right. Warden has to blink out. Avatar is soaking up the damage. Trying some time for the Dryad. Heal spray. Fantastic by Fortitude. This is a war of nerves here. Whoever makes the next mistake might lose this map. And in Colorful side, maybe the Grand Final. Mountain King level 5. Warden is back. Has to do the heavy lifting. But the Blood Mage is there, soaking up all the mana. Beautiful combo. Bash! And blink away!
That was so close. Warden had anti-magic potion, but she didn't use it before the bolt landed. That was very bad. Speaking about the bolts, MK is chasing Warden, but there is an anti-magic potion. This fight is going everywhere now, but what is the most important? Colorful is surviving and Supply is looking rather close. And remember, we have the Panda. Panda is a very good late game hero. We have the Moonwells with Wellspring, of course. We can make Artificial Night. Fortitude needs base number 3 at this point, or he needs to quiz Colorful, because if the game will continue like that, human will be outvalued, believe it or not.
My god. While Fortitude was throwing the kitchen sink at that Warden, I was about to say, oh no! After such a beautiful fight and such a heroic hold, all of a sudden 40 sees an opportunity and 1 second you blink, or to be honest, you don't blink. The Warden is dead. And so expensive to get her back now.
And level 5 Alchemist, exactly.
Level 3 heal spray is so sick.
And it was like unnecessary mistake. She wants to go to lame the peasants or something.
Well, she gets
You know,
that goal
I
done.
remember I went to TwitchCon in Netherlands, you know, and everything was fine. First day I came back from this big trip, I tumbled and I fell off the stairs in Krosno, and I had for like 3 days, you know. So sometimes, you know, you survive the big travel and you come back home and then bam, accident, you know. So the same with this Warden. Warden survived the big fight and then a little bit of, you know, relax, and Human was there.
That's what you get.
Human was the stairs in this.
I see. Can you still climb the stairs even though you stub your toe? Is the question. Alchemist and Griffins take care of the Haunted, which is empty now, similar to the human expansion. Colorful can't make these mistakes again. We have another fan at the ready, also a heal scroll, but Colorful is losing more and more units. Only 43 food. The Panda doesn't do the necessary heavy lifting.
Yeah, but Warden this time is secure and we are fighting during the night, so that's good. Supply is... The Expo actually has fallen to the spirits!
Oh!
It's Nidelf Neo!
Correct. That's the perfect moment because the mains are empty, but Colorful is also mining from only 2 wisps because that was... The others were kicked before. Oh man, Fortitude so close to the championship, but can't close it out just yet.
Yeah. This is the last chance of Fortitude, to be honest. His expansion was killed. He needs to squeeze or GG, and is he squeezing? This MK is definitely not. He's low, he has 0 mana and almost no HP. In Alchemist we trust, of course. This guy is juicy, but man, look at those Moonwells. How many of them? There's so many Moonwells.
Oh yeah. Jesus, he got so much Moonwells. That's crazy, almost FFA style. And then, of course, the Warden always has mana. Colorful. This is crazy. Colorful. Is there a staff? Only on the Mountain King. TP needs to be used, but he is down 170 gold. And how much can you do with 170 gold? Expo long distance mining, but that's just all you can eat buffet for the Warden.
Okay, Warden, don't die. Don't die, Warden. Don't die. Don't die. Okay, Warden survived. Mama, I'm scared. I'm scared. You know, like... Okay. Bolt. Okay, survives. You know, sometimes you are like, hey, guys, this game is very close, very over, but maybe if there is a hero kill and then Twitch chat says in this position, no chance for hero kill, and then play the clip of Colorful donating Warden for nothing. But guys, this is looking good for the Nidelf. He's so healthy. The Shredder is joining the party as well. Mamma mia, I think we may see the game number 7, believe it or not, but still, you need to eat through all of this region that Alchemist can provide.
But he doesn't have much mana anymore. That was the second last heal spray, I think. Warden jumping forward, and the Mountain King can't connect anymore.
Mamma mia.
That's the
Tree of Eternity is slowly marching to the bottom right.
I wonder if that's a mistake with the staffs.
Oh,
Warden can blink, right?
Warden is fast.
Yeah.
Warden is fast.
Losing a tree of...
And yes, annoying position from the... Oh, the Dragonhawk Raiders are dying. They cancelled the Expo, but it was costly as well. I mean, they cancelled Entangled Gold Mine. Mamma mia. Yeah. Warden went deep, by the way.
It's
to
not
spread
afraid.
the poison.
No fear. Zero miedo. And what can you still do here with a couple of Dragonhawks? You need them in masses. When they're alone, they don't do much. Colorful is taking full control, has the supply lead, kills more and more. The Panda has still room to scale. Colorful got this now.
Warden will survive. Oh, beautiful. This is it. Look at the supply, guys. Welcome to Game 7. I'm sorry to say to the human fans, but Ravenclaw is owning you guys.
Wow. Yeah, the Dragonhawks weren't enough here at all. 3 units left. The Blood Mage is biting the dust. Everybody jubilees. And the Dryads are so hard to touch for a Mountain King. This is the Blood Mage dead. Fortitude.
In the moment, this is Fortitude we are talking about. There is Bolt, but Warden is as well. Blood Mage fallen. Panda survived. Masterclass play by Colorful. He's showing us that he has the potential, man. That was a bumpy ride, but we are going to game 7. Archmage is good at cancelling expansions, but as we saw with Colorful, he's not super greedy with those counter expansions. So maybe Fortitude thinks that he can just squeeze harder. The Warden player will see about that. And now, the most important thing is what kind of item we can get from the Gnoll Overseer. It of course takes a long time to creep it. What do you want, Neo, for the Warden?
Ring of Regen. Give me Ring of Regen all day, every day.
Pendant of Energy even better. Before using Moonwells, you drop it and you print money, guys. I heard that if you use a copy machine, you can't copy money because forbidden, by the software. But man, it feels illegal to see this pendant of energy. Remember, Moonwells, they increase percentage of your mana, so if you drop this item before using the Moonwells, again, you print out the mana, and Warden needs a lot of mana, let me tell you that.
Okay. We got double Gloves of Haste for Fortitude. Not perfect, but strong level 2.7. Warden escalates to level 3, and that, if he gets the entire camp, would be one of the fastest level 3s in this entire series. And he still holds the skill points. This might be a Shadow Strike punishing the squishy Archmage.
Yes, but Archmage is there already, and Mr. Colorful is repositioning, as you mentioned. Okay, level 3 is here with Militia creeping. Fan of Knives was the decision, and Fortitude. Show me your best denies. You need them. You need them. Squeeze Colorful if you want to win. You need to squeeze hard. Exactly. And as you mentioned, there is no Shadow Strike. There is no Shadow Strike. One detonation went through. Look at Fortitude. The boss aura is here. He's keeping his mana. He's sending back the footies. It's looking okay for both players.
Couple of kills would be grande for Colorful. Archers are falling though. If he blinks forward, he might get a double Fan of Knives, but Colorful's Footman retreats are phenomenal. Denying the XP of the Warden right there. Colorful is using a lot of Moon Juice to just keep the archers alive because he needs them for creeping, but the pressure by Fortitude is just unbearable.
Neo, this is close to catastrophic damage. This is close to catastrophic damage. 3 archers, guys. I'm afraid to bring you the bad news. The meteorite is closing to the Night Elf base, and his name is Fortitude. And he has a boss aura. That was this is a Night Elf lemonade. Served. What I can tell you.
Rise like a phoenix. He's losing all these archers, and not only that, these archers were filled with all the moon juice that is now not going for the Warden. Colorful, you need a miracle, but you have shown strong fighting spirit before. And Naga second now. Frost Arrow not enabled. Can't control the Alchemist so far. Is he overwhelmed by Fortitude's Archmage play?
I'm overwhelmed by watching this, and we didn't highlight that there is no expansion for the human, so Fortitude decided to be aggressive, and he's going to my beloved Rifle Caster. Good habit, Fortitude. If you want to play one base, there is even better strategy, but let's not go there yet. But ladies and gentlemen, squeezing needs to continue, and that's why we have Naga. You may say, Sol, in the previous game we saw Panda. Yes, it was 2-base scenario. The game was supposed to go for a long time. Naga is like this emergency button. Can we get the Water Elemental? Water Elemental expired. We really need those lores up. Where is Mr. Fortitude? He was healing his footies. That's nice. The first rifles are joining the party. Arcane Sanctum is almost ready. But yes, what the Night Elf is going to do now, he's going to remake some Wisp, and he will go into tier 3, direction, because that's what we need to do. And Fortitude, believe it or not, he did a lot of good effort, but without an expansion, he will be on the timer soon.
Exactly. This is all about bears. Fan of Knives to get the kill. A little bit of extra mana thanks to the mantle. Still not level 3. Warden, not much impact here. Heal spray on the Footman, and that's what makes the Alchemist so strong in the early stages, especially when there's only one level of Fan of Knives.
And especially if there is Archmage. He has Brilliance Aura, yes. MK is cool and all of this, but he can't help you with your mana. And Warden will need help with her HP soon. You can drop Pendant of Energy as many times as you want, but you are not going to print the HP back. We have the first Brave Priest. And Neo, look at the militia. Militia is coming. Fortitude wants to seal the deal after this crazy early game. After Colorful is not even attacking.
Yep.
I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but in this scenario, if the game would be closer, it would be like almost, you know, tier 3 would be already there, but, you know, in production. But here, that's very, very weird. Makrura Prophecy, and goes to the Night Elf. Now I have hope.
Okay, we got Fan of Knives level 2 and Blink. Interesting that Fortitude was pulling back here. He seemed to be in an almost game-winning position. Bit of bad luck here that he didn't hit the turtle to get additional XP. Everything is low, and the Warden has another Fan of Knives going in for another kill. But how do you regen now?
Well, the bears, there's no bears in production. This is a Dryad variation because, yes, he was so behind. And let me tell you, the more rifles, the worse time the Dryads will have, because rifles with their long range, with their piercing damage, they're amazing at picking Dryads one by one. We have shop ready, right? So mana potions can be very nice, of course, if you can afford them in combination with Pendant of Energy. But yes, Human is pushing, Human is on 50 supply, the first towers are going up, it's going to be a long push, yes. But can Colorful survive long enough to enjoy his tier 3 bears? That's a very, very, very long way.
Colorful has shown crazy defenses. The big wall of China of the Night Elves. But this is looking so bleak. Footman's still there. Priest with the healing. Alchemist with the healing. Archmage is not level 4, so it's not infinite mana yet. But the Warden is so well controlled. Artificial nighttime is over and the moon juice is still empty. Waiting for the desperate arrival of the first rejuvenation.
And the question is going to be enough? You know, the towers are going up, the rifles are clicking on those moonwells, and of course the first rule of pushing one base of Human is do not enter the Night Elf base, kill the moonwells first. And yes, it's looking pretty good. Look at the Warden! Warden's so low, there is no TP! We really need this bear, man.
When is it
We
coming?
need this bear immediately.
1 second and then it's there. Dryad falling, redo, applied, but it's too much damage! He walks the Warden into a grave, and it's no championship for Colorful. He got so close, but he cannot be stopped. Fortitude is your MM Cup champion, and I love the fact that he is able to switch everything up in the last game from MK back to Archmage, from 2 base up to 1 base, and this dedicated rifle push, and Colorful did not expect that.
Yeah, I was expecting, you know, expansion from the Human, and then this like push that is not going to do that much, and all of this dance, but Fortitude, he wanted to spice it up. He saw how good the pressure was. He finished the game with rifle caster push. That was probably the plan, you know, since start basically. But man, you can't lose 3 archers, you know, and 2 wisps for nothing. And I see, Mr. Neo, that you are ready for Fortitude's speech.
Of course. Hopefully we're not too late. We're at the Bixing stage of the celebration already. But yeah, this was quite... Okay. Oh, he's yelling at me. Heavy typing.
太牛逼了！
Well, he seems quite happy, but also quite busy.
兄弟们，喜欢吃鸡脚丁的粉丝跟我冲击1波100分！妈的，我靠，这个Warden真你妈牛逼！但是我内心中，兄弟们，你们知道我为什么能够击败彩色吗？或者说，你们知道我的内心之中，我的追求，我的内心中，
He's swearing.
我努力的追求冠军，去击败他们。